Okay, greetings all. Back again. It's been a couple of weeks since I last made a YouTube video. On a personal note, my vision hasn't been very good at all, to say the least, and yeah, to try to give sort of kind of motivational talks to other people when you can't fucking see yourself, yeah, ain't gonna happen, you know. But thankfully it's returned, you know, to a point of where I can function again anyway. And yeah, it's like an ongoing problem with the MS. Comes and goes, and always leaves a little bit behind as well, of certain blind spots or anyway. But yeah, this is back to where it should be, you know, to like I said, to a point anyway. Yeah, the last time I think I was talking about like dealing with depression and monkey mind and all these sorts of things, and yeah, the video that I want to try to make now is sort of how to deal with it the best way that I've found, thanks to YouTube and picking up tips and bits and pieces of knowledge, as it were. I'd sort of try to reiterate of what I kind of use, and yeah, the first of all, I mentioned about regret, as it were, and something I don't really concern myself with too much, thankfully. You know, I try to stay within the moment to the best of my ability, and I think doing that the best that you can, you mostly don't find yourself in scenarios of where you do regrettable things, or say regrettable things, as it were. So I don't regret too much. I'm not one of these sort of people that you say, oh, I don't regret anything, because I think everyone regrets something. They might say that they don't, but you do things, you do say things, you know, that you're going to regret. It's part of fucking life. But if you are the sort of person that does not deal with, but you do find yourself what's the word, can't think of it. But yeah, if you are sort of like a regretful sort of person, or you're kind of dealing with something that is regrettable, then I think you've got to realise that it's done, it's dusted, you know. You can't go back, it's in the past. And yeah, no matter how much you beat yourself up and how much you think about it and contemplate it and run it through your mind all the time, it's fucking done, you know. You're an evolving person, like everything else on the planet. It is, whatever pace, slow or fast, it is evolving. You are evolving as well, and you've got to move on, man. You got to fucking, it's done, it's dusted, you've got to move on. And that's the one thing, first of all, I'd suggest, that you've got to get into your head. You know, there's no point of beating yourself up, especially if you wouldn't do it now. You know, if you were that person back then and you've done a regrettable thing, and then now you're this person now, like I said, you are evolving. Yeah, don't beat yourself up if you wouldn't do it now. You know, you're kind of you know, you're convicting an innocent person if you wouldn't do it now, you know. So yeah, you've got to move on. You can't procrastinate, as it were. You've got to keep it moving, you know. And I think people that are finding themselves with regret, I think they are actually procrastinating, you know. They're not actually evolving. And yeah, you're sort of stuck in a rut, you know. You're thinking of the past too much. You're not actually in the present moment. You've got to you've got to keep it moving. And I think reeling it back in again and getting back to that present moment is key. With like I said, with deep breaths, with looking around you, with taking it all in, as it were, and getting yourself out of that rut. I've never done it myself, but something that I did take note of was, if you are stuck in this rut and you are struggling to get yourself out of this rut, and everything's like I said, you're procrastinating, you're struggling to keep it moving, a good tip which I thought would be good for me if I did ever get stuck in that rut, because I have seen people get stuck in that rut. I have noticed other people are stuck in that rut. They are depressed, and they're living in the past. The thing that I noticed is to motivate yourself is in the morning, write 5 things down on a piece of paper, just a simple 5 things, whatever it may be, nothing so simple as in like get up, brush my teeth, nothing like that, but just something a little bit what you probably would appear to be challenging, not too challenging that you can't do it, but just challenging enough you think, yeah, I can do this, and write them down on a piece of paper and try to do those 5 things that day, and at least you'll be doing something. You've got a goal, you've got an achievement, and I think that's a good way of getting yourself stuck out of a rut. Another little tip that I would use as well, you've like I said, you've got all these voices in your head, and there is a motivation. There is a voice inside you that will motivate you. There is a voice that you will find within yourself. If it may be, depending on what sort of person you are and depending on what motivates you, but if you're the sort of person that come on Mikey, let's keep it going and all that sort of stuff, and then you use that voice, and listen to that voice. For me, I think I prefer a bit of tough love, it's like, come on you fucking bitch, what the fuck are you doing, get on with it, and fucking man up. And that's the sort of voice that motivates me to keep going. So just a few little tips, little pointers, little things that I'm just, as you can see, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, and I hope some of it resonates with you.